the visa for healthcare route is still open. It has not been closed, which means that there is still hope. So for anyone who wants to come into the UK to work as a healthcare assistant, all I'm going to say is that you have to be patient. If you're a nurse, understand that there isn't any agent endorsed by the NMC, endorsed by any hospital here in the UK to recruit nurses from any country that is on the red list. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lele and I am a registered nurse working here in the UK. On this channel, I like to talk about things regarding nurses and how people can come in to live in the UK to study or to work. In this video today, I'm just going to give more like a word of advice, and this is to no one in particular. You could be a nurse or you could be from any other field. As long as your nursing dreams of coming into the UK to live or to work or even to study, or to any other countries like Canada, USA, Australia, anywhere at all that you would like to go to, this message today will be for you. Please stay tuned. Everyone who is Nigerian in the last couple of days have gone through series of blood pressures rising as high as it can go and then dropping low. Just so you know what I'm talking about, Nigeria have just concluded an election, presidential election, to get a presidential candidate on the presidential seat. I'm not politically inclined. I do not like to engage people in political talks because, let's just say, I do not really know much about it. But this election is something that has never ever happened before. I am nearly 38 now, and every single time Nigerian election goes on, it's as if it belongs to a certain group of people. The youth in the country have never been this passionate about coming out to vote, exercising their civil rights, and I have never been prouder to be a Nigerian youth. I do not live in Nigeria at the moment. Had it been I was in Nigeria, honestly, I would have been out there exercising my own voting rights as well. But bringing this message home, a lot of people have been saying that if the election goes this way, the result for them, it's going to mean that they will just leave Nigeria to go work abroad. This is the reason I'm bringing this message to you today. Do not let the state of the country be the reason you wouldn't pay very good attention to the things you were doing in terms of traveling abroad. As much as everybody is nursing dreams and hopes of leaving Nigeria to go anywhere else in the world to go and live, there are also other people waiting to use, unsuspecting people as a means of enriching their livelihood. There are so many people who would be willing to give you information that are not genuine in order to get your hard-earned money. So my message is this: please, for any country you want to travel to, make sure that you have all of the information you need. Okay, now one thing I always say to people is, whatever information you need about wherever it is you want to go to, all these informations are readily available on the internet. All right, unless your job currently is such that does not permit you time to do your own research by yourself, then by all means make sure that whoever you then go to as an agent to help you get information or to help you process your visa application is someone that you can actually vouch for. Because I've heard heartbreaking stories of people losing thousands and thousands of naira just to try and get into another country. And here on YouTube, there is a lot of lovely YouTubers putting out information on how to help people migrate. And even at that, do not put all your eggs in one basket. As you are looking at all of this information on YouTube and taking all of the information you want, why don't you also try and make some of these researches for yourself? Especially when it comes to nurses. Right now, most organizations in the UK are not using agents to employ nurses outside of the UK. Say for instance, in the trust where I'm working, my trust have got a budget to recruit nurses from India and India alone. Now, this does not mean that if they want nurses from Nigeria, they're not going to employ employ. But their criteria is that any nurse they are employing from elsewhere other than India, you must have passed your IELTS, your CBT, and your OSCE. Okay, but for people coming in from India, my hospital is paying for them to, they're literally covering their expenses for IELTS, for CBT, and currently they are undergoing their lessons, and the hospital pays for their OSCE, and then they go ahead and write this exam. Most of them have already passed. Between last year and now, we've had more than 100 nurses from India working in my hospital right now with their PIN. Okay, and I also have a lot of nurses from Nigeria telling me, oh, I've applied to your hospital wanting to work there, but I haven't had any responses. I personally had a meeting with our matron for workforce asking, how can we bridge this gap? How can we help people from other African countries? And you may also know by now that there is a red list which major African countries are on, and the red list is because WHO, which is World Health Organization, came up to say that recruiting from all of these countries that are struggling to staff their own hospitals is unethical. I have no idea how these things came to be, but I for one believe that if people are being treated nicely in their home countries, they wouldn't be in a hurry to leave their home country to look for somewhere else to work. It's just because of the situation of work in our home countries. This is part of the reasons why we are all looking elsewhere, where our skills, our expertise, and everything we do in terms of caring for our patient will be a little bit more appreciated. Now, it's unfortunate that the red list is still active, and it's also unfortunate that most hospitals in the UK will not recruit nurses directly from their home countries through an agent, because that is the easiest way to do it. So knowing all of these things means that you have to be extra cautious in terms of paying anyone here in the UK who will promise to get you employment directly to any trust. The thing I love about NHS is that if there is any job going, it's usually on the website, NHS professionals, or on the hospital itself that is recruiting. The jobs are there in black and white, and if you are lucky and you apply and everything goes well for you, they go through all of the interview process, they start the recruitment. Some of the hospitals, their human resources are faster than others. So once you attend this interview and it works for you, they start the process. I have a lot of my friends right now from Nigeria that are in the UK. They didn't go through any agent. They did every single thing by themselves. Now, I'm not going to say it was easy for them, because it took lots of repeated applications to different hospitals before they were able to get lucky and then have the hospital that they are now currently working with. And regarding the IELTS, I still get lots of messages about what the NMC wants from IELTS scores and how to combine results. The good news right now is that the NMC have launched a result calculator for those that are interested in combining results. I'm going to put a link to that result calculator in this video. Right now, no matter what results you have, no need to try to ask anyone to clarify for you. Just take your results and go onto NMC website, go on their calculator, which I said I'm going to link in this video. Please check it out, and then combine your result, but make sure that both of your results are written in 12 months, in 1 year. Combine this result. If you have green in all of them, that means that you can go ahead and use this result to apply to the NMC. In fact, I think I'm going to make a separate video about this. So for all of you that are still in the process of writing IELTS, or you have written IELTS in the past and you're wondering what to do with your result and you're not sure if you can combine this, please head to NMC website and use the calculator to check if what you have at the moment can be combined, and then use it to apply to the NMC. Back again to the reason I'm making this video today. I would really implore you to be very, very careful. Be very cautious of anyone presenting themselves to know everything about what you need to travel safely. Think twice before you part with your hard-earned money for anyone who claims to be an agent. If you are hoping to come into the UK as a student, now that is a little bit more straightforward than any other route, okay? All you need to do is to apply directly again to the university. You don't need a third person. You can apply directly to the university, and if they have the course of your interest, and if you have the amount of money to pay for, some of your school fees, because some of them will take installments of the fee. You don't have to pay all of your school fees in one go. If you're also hoping to come into the UK and work as a healthcare assistant, this is where a lot amount of difficulties lie, because I have lots and lots of people with the same complaints of, you know, reaching out to care homes, and some of these people, the care homes have actually contacted them, and then halfway down the line the communication ceases, no one contacts them anymore. I'm not going to sit down here and tell you that I know the reason why, you know, getting job into care homes right now is a lot reduced, or things are becoming a lot sluggish. But one thing I'm happy about is that the visa for healthcare route is still open. It has not been closed, which means that there is still hope. So for anyone who wants to come into the UK to work as a healthcare assistant, all I'm going to say is that you have to be patient, but don't let your patience push you into falling into the hands of the people that are collecting as high as £5,000 to £10,000 from people to give them job. Now, I know one or two persons that have said, oh, but when they take that money off you, they actually give you the job. I'm not here to endorse that, because it shouldn't happen. Here in the UK, no one takes money from anyone to give them job. So if someone have to take as high as £5,000 to give you a job, that is fraud, because there is no way that is fair. I don't think that care home that is recruiting would pay that much amount of money to get people when they can just do all of that by themselves. So again, be very, very careful with how you go about things. So thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you have found it useful. And if you haven't already, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel as well. Like I said in my previous video, I've been away from here for such a long time, but I'm hoping to gradually ease back into things now. And as much as I can, I will be, you know, producing videos that I hope will be beneficial to anyone watching it. Please take care of yourself. Bye now.